Thank you everybody for coming to another episode of Off the Clock with Mo. Today I get the opportunity to do this great interview. With my brother, Pierre Mitchell. Me and him we go back like car seats and spinal cords. You know what I'm saying? We once shared a room together, shared a home together, paid rent together, played basketball together. We did a whole lot of shit together. So thank you for showing up, man. I really appreciate it, man.
For sure,
Really appreciate it, man. You've been a real big person, in my life. You know what I'm saying? As far as trying, being better, doing better, and making things happen that you want to happen for yourself.
For sure. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming up.
For sure. Thanks for giving me the invite, man.
Yeah, man. You know you was gonna get an invite. Yeah. You know you was gonna get an invite. I ain't get an invite on the boat, but you know you was gonna get an invite.
You slid down with it.
No, I've been on the boat though. I've been on the boat though. But yeah, man. Anytime it's gonna be an invite of any sort or whatsoever, it's always gonna be it's always gonna be an olive branch extended, an arm extended. Anything that's gonna be extended to help, bring one another up as always.
Always. Yeah. That's how it is, man. That's running rebel life. You know how it is.
Yeah, man, because we go back a long way.
Whoa.
Yeah, man, we go back to the early 90s. Yeah, early 90s. Yeah, it had been like 92, 91, 92.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first ran into you, you was pissing me off. You was pissing me off because we was playing basketball and the team you was on kept beating me. And the shit was pissing me off. I ain't like that feeling and shit like that. But somewhere down the road we ended up on the same basketball team and like we always got next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, we do it together for here on out.
Yeah.
And you've been a real big part of my life, you know what I'm saying? And you don't run across guys like yourself, you know what I'm saying? I always feel like, God put these people in your life for a reason.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And he brought you to me in my life, at that point in time for the best reason possible, for the best purpose possible. And it's the reason why we still the way we are right now.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? We may not see each other 3-4 months at a time, but shit, you can't tell by the conversation we had.
Right. We talk every day.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I come from Taylor, you came to Taylor. How did you get to Taylor from where you come from?
Well, number one, man, thanks, man, for having me on your show. Number one, man, so me and the wife wanted to start something out with this tip jar right here, right? So anybody coming onto this show, right? If you coming onto this show, you got to put some money into Mo's tip jar. It's called Mo's Off the Clock Tip Jar. Somebody got to keep the lights on. So my wife started out with a couple dollars. I'm started out with 20. They
gonna put $20 in
yeah,
put
$20 in there, right? So we got to keep it going. Next person up, got to keep that going, all right?
I'm gonna keep it just like that every week. It ain't gonna move. It's not gonna move. It's gonna stay that way every single from here on out. You're gonna see it on each one.
There you go. Put some money into the tip jar when you come into the show. Yeah, but I just appreciate you, man, for doing the show and having me and my wife on, man. But back to your question, how I came to Taylor, it's a crazy story, man. So, I was going to school in Detroit, and I was going to high school in Detroit. I was hooping and everything, right? But I was a small fish in a big pond.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the opportunities wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom's, man, I'll never forget this, man. It's so funny. You about to laugh about this.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, you know what? I got us a condo.
You was right about that one. Let's see this
one. Yeah. So we had a condo down in Taylor. Never heard of Taylor ever.
Uh-huh.
And we ended up moving down there. It was like, I'll never forget, it had to be about 10, 11 o'clock at night in the wintertime. In the wintertime, like January, like it is now, snow, look beautiful. Ain't no criminals out. Ain't nobody stealing shit. Everybody around it look beautiful. I'm like, whoa, we came up. We came up. And we moved in, man. And when you turn the lights on,
Yeah.
that's when you see the real Taylor.
Yeah.
So, but that's how we ended up doing it. So it was around my. Actually, I was in Taylor my freshman year in high school.
Oh, you
I was
were?
living out in Taylor my freshman year in high school. Yep, in ninth grade. But what happened was when that stuff went down, thought it was a great place to live, and I found out it wasn't. I didn't go outside for a whole year.
How you ain't go outside for a whole year?
Yep. I ain't go outside for a whole year.
How you manage to come in the front door and never go back out the front door till it's time to go to school the next day?
Because I was so used to what a neighborhood should look like and thought that this where I moved to a condo it is what it is. I said, ain't nobody out here got nothing in common with me. I'm a basketball kid. I want to play basketball. I don't see nobody out here look like me. Ain't nobody playing basketball. So I stayed in the house. So what I would do what I would do on the weekends, I would catch the Eureka bus, all the way to 4th Street. Get on the 4th Street bus, take that 4th Street bus all the way to downtown Detroit. Take that bus from downtown Detroit all the way back up Joy Road, back to my old neighborhood. I was doing that every single week.
You was 14 doing that?
Yep.
You was 14.
Yep.
Getting on the bus, taking it downriver to what's that, like Southgate, Wyandotte, some shit.
Yep.
And then taking that shit all the way back downtown.
Yep.
Every
weekend, because I didn't think nobody had nothing in common with me out there from what I seen when I moved down there. And obviously nobody was playing basketball because it's winter time, it's cold out. And so I didn't know what the gyms was. Only gyms I knew was the gyms in Detroit.
Right.
So that's what I would do. I would catch that bus and go all the way downtown Detroit, all the way back up Joy Road, back over to my own neighborhood.
Wow. Yep. I mean, I never knew that. Well, shit, you stay in the house for 24 hours a day.
Whole year.
Ain't nobody gonna know.
Yep.
But, to do that, I mean, could you imagine kids today at 14 years old catching a bus, catching 3 or 4 different transfers around the surrounding cities?
Ain't no way they doing it.
I mean, and you at 14 years old is catching 3 and 4 buses to school, and then them same 3, 4 buses back to school.
Yep.
And then when you was and then your sophomore year, what happened?
Well, I'm gonna fuck you up with this one. So that was my freshman year, right?
Right.
So my sophomore year. So here's what I was doing. I was going to school in Detroit.
Right.
But I was living in Taylor. So here's what happened. I was waking up every morning. Here's a dedication to this. I'll talk once again. I didn't think nobody in Taylor had nothing in common with me from what I've seen so far.
Right.
So I was waking up at 4 a.m. That Eureka bus was leaving out at 5:45. I catch that Eureka bus all the way to 4th Street. That 4th Street bus to downtown Detroit. That Detroit bus up Joy Road, going to Cody every single day for a whole entire year. That's what I did. My sophomore year.
How'd you have the money for the bus transfers every day? That shit stack up.
No, see, back then in Detroit, I don't know how it is now with these kids. But back then in Detroit, you get a bus pass.
Okay.
And this bus pass, you can catch any bus you wanted to, as long as it was during school hours, Monday through Friday.
Oh.
You was able to ride any bus you want to for free. Show them your pass, get on the bus, and you was good to go. So I utilized it even on the smart buses in Taylor.
So how long did it take you to grasp all this shit to be able to go from here to there, from Taylor to Detroit? How long did it take you to grasp? That's a lot of damn transferring and riding around.
At a young age, age 14, 15, yeah. So my moms and my grandma, they showed me the bus route.
Okay.
We actually drove the bus route. And they said, this is the bus you should get on, gave me the bus numbers, this, that, the other. And, me not wanting to go to school in Taylor, not thinking nobody had nothing in common with me. I said, well, I got to make it happen because basketball, once again, it's my life. So I'm like, I'm going to make it happen. So I knew them bus numbers and I did it.
Wow.
I did it.
And then you finally came outside for the first time in Taylor when?
Summertime. That's when we turn the lights on and see all the roaches. Yeah. So summertime, man. So I was spending all my summers in Detroit. I wasn't even coming to Taylor. I stayed at my auntie's house. So I stayed out. I stayed home for I want to say a week, a couple weeks, whatever. And I would go outside for a little bit and just dribble the ball a little bit. And that's when I found out Meech stayed right across the street from me.
Right.
Right across from me. So he came out and
But was B staying in the unit in the middle by the creek?
No, he stayed where I stayed at, literally right across the park.
Okay. So by the time I met up with Meech, he was staying in an apartment by the creek.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Meech stayed in another apartment, which was right across from where I stayed at. So I was outside dribbling a little bit and met Meech, and he was outside dribbling, and we started, talking, kicking it, and then that's when I realized there's some people out here that got some things in common like me.
Yeah.
So it was that summer, and then that summer, just walking around, hanging out with Meech, walking around, you showing me a couple different things, and that's now seeing. Okay, well, it is some people, black people.
Nah, like I said, I just remember the Amberwoods basketball court that was so damn uneven, and because this is when when I first ran across you for the first time was playing basketball over there.
Yeah.
On that uneven pavement, which I don't know how the hell anybody ain't gonna survive that shit. And something just like shit. Well, one, like I said, I got tired of losing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna come over here, and just never understanding, at that time why you was drawn to me or vice versa, and now we find ourselves right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just never know sometimes.
Yeah.
You never know sometimes because even then, you and I, we don't.
We getting into it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you I was already out there for such a long time, and you was out there, and we formed this brotherhood, like no other. But like I was saying earlier, I understood what it was to be someone's brother just because of for the environment that I was already and part of, and the part of that was with your wife, because your wife had a bunch of brothers and sisters and shit like that, so I knew what it felt like to be a family.
Yeah.
And when you came around, it was just like you just feel family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you always been that family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we can get into the other shit now too.
Yeah. No, you're right though, man. Saying it's one of them things, you're gonna draw the crowd that you're looking for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you out there hustling, whatever it is you're doing, you're gonna draw that crowd. You hooping, you and doing positive things, you're gonna draw that crowd, man. So that's how come we all came together, me, you, Quick, Lon, everybody. We talk every day.
Yeah.
So nobody get it twisted. We talk every day, right? So but our relationship though is different, man. It gotta be known on your podcast, man. You my brother, man. Hey, listen. All right, so how do you make spaghetti? I'm jumping right into it. How do you make spaghetti? We're gonna jump right into it.
I guess
when you don't got no money.
When you ain't got no money, I mean, shit. You get you some ramen noodles. Shit. You find some type of tomato paste somehow. And you find whatever little meat that you may have, in the refrigerator, and
there we go.
And voila, there goes your spaghetti.
Yeah. Put about 20 packages of ramen noodles in a pot, warm it up, stir it up, put you some sauce in there. You got you some spaghetti.
Yeah, shit. don't have no Campbell soup laying around. That's your tomato paste.
That's how we.
Yeah.
That's the thing about us though, man. We roommates.
Yeah, man, we share the room.
Share the room.
We literally share the room.
Yeah. Go back so far.
We had twin size beds in one room.
Yeah.
And somebody else had a king size bed, and the other person had a twin size bed in the same. That's a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we both had twin size beds in one room, and one of us didn't overrun the other person.
Hey,
You know,
hey man, remember we used to wake up like, man, it looked like he his servant.
Yeah.
His bed used to be so small.
Yeah, and my brother had a wood carved bed. Well, he had a wood
With all
carved
these
bed.
posts and
Yeah,
everything.
you know, and you know, but all that right there just brings back, you know, a lot of memories,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, good
some good times, like you said, some real good times.
Yeah.
I mean, when you can literally sit back, reminisce about it, and laugh about it, and still understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, and everybody contributed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You know, remember we saw Billy Sims at the 3-on-3 basketball tournament with the cowboy hat on. He had the Jerry curl. Remember Billy Sims and Lindsey Hunter? Yeah, Lindsey Hunter.
I remember that.
You know, we done seen a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We done seen a whole lot, man. We done experienced a whole lot with one another, man.
Yeah.
And you are, like I said, man, you are like a true brother to me, man. And I could never not love you. You know what I'm saying? I could never not that.
No.
You know, but you're a great person, man. And just imagine with the skills that say you had, if you would have had what your kids get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That dedicated father that's gonna get up every day. Shit, we could have been in the NBA if we would have had that, but you got that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you put that out there every single day for your children to be the best version of themselves that they can be every single day.
Yeah. You're right. You hit a lot of points on that, man. Hit a lot of points on that. You know, number one, you know, we had it tough.
Yeah.
Some of them we had it tough. Not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody think they might have it better than the other, but nah, man. We all come from the PJs. We all come from the gutter, right?
Right.
You know, and it wasn't no dads, you know, driving through, or you know, dads, you know, being dad figures, you know, where we come from.
Right.
It wasn't none, right? So, but what did every last one of us do? Everyone that's in our circle that we know, we say, no, we're gonna be that father figure that we didn't have.
Yeah.
You know, and we're gonna make it better for our kids when we start having kids, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's all it is, you know what I'm saying? And that's what me and the wife doing, you know, and it's the world is tough, especially when you're raising two young black men, man. You know what I'm saying? I already got my son, you know, grown, and I'm raising another one that's coming up. So the world is tough, but you know, I stick to those rules, I stick to those principles that we instilled in each other, because we didn't have no big homie, big fathers, you know.
No, we had each other.
Our own. We instilled each other, right? So stick to them principles, man, and you know, I think it's working.
Man, I know it's working. I mean, I know that for sure it's working. I mean, because some of the struggles we had. Well, remember the telephone? Remember the telephone? Well, all you had to do was plug it up in the wall, and whoever got on the phone first was on the phone. It was like three different people. We shared this phone line with three different people that we didn't know we were sharing it with. First person on the line, and somebody picked up, hey, I'm on the phone. Okay. And then you hang up, and then you wait another 10 minutes to pick the phone up to see if anybody was talking on that shit, man.
Man.
You know, we have like literally, you know, came through a lot together, man.
Sure, man.
A lot together,
for
man.
Sure.
And you know, for those that may not know, you know, P, you know, you're a stand-up guy.
Appreciate that.
You know, stand-up guy, man. And I'm just happy that I've been able to, you know, be a brother to you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because you gave my first place to live out on my own.
Shit, all of ours. It was all of ours, Queen. All of ours.
Rent was $80 a month.
Yeah, you Quick too. Remember that one situation, man? Quick say, man, follow me up to Lansing. I got to drop my mom off at the airport, and he done drove up there, and I'm following behind him. And he dozed off and flipped the car over, man.
And motherfucker flipped and turned and spent.
Oh, we got so many stories, man. So much history.
We got a lot. We got a lot of it. And, you know, not many people, you know what I'm saying, can say that about, you know, each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, even with your wife, I go back like damn near 40 years with her. Go back another 35 with you. I go back another 30 plus with with her brothers and things like that. And it's a blessing to be able to have people like that in your circle for such a long time. Because a lot of us don't have a lot of people in our circle for that amount of time, or even can even count on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're someone that can be counted on as a regular if you ask me.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Even though you want me to sit up there in that high ass Detroit Piston section with a ledge.
See, you know what?
That 400
see, everybody that know me, know I got two loves outside my family. It's my Pistons and my C6, right? Mm-hmm. The Piston seats, everybody's crazy. Like, why would you buy season tickets to the Pistons? I'm like, yo, number one, I love basketball. Right. I don't even care. I'm always, man, I'll be at AAU turns watching teams. I don't know nobody on the team. Watching games. Right. So I love basketball. It's just in our DNA. So bought the season Piston tickets. They was horrible last year, right? Right. Only won like 6 games, some shit like that? 12
something like that. They lost 28 in a row at one point.
Yeah. Come in on the low end. Now you give me.
You say you can't win?
Came in on the low end. Got season tickets and look at them now.
They on fire.
They on fire.
They on fire.
So now guess what I did though? See the seats, you tripping about the seats.
Okay.
The seats is like this. You got your own ledge, your whole ledge like this.
All right.
Your own personal seat, not attached to nobody. You got excuse me. You want to get your ass up, you scoot your ass out and get the hell on, right? There was the seats. Eat your food on your own table.
All right.
So, and you watching the game. So you like, okay, well, if they was really doing good, like ain't no good seats. But like, dude, this is a win-win right here.
Right.
The win-win. So I'm gonna take you to the Wembanyama game. You like Spurs?
Oh, okay, all right.
We go over the Spurs game, and you go see the tickets, and you like, damn, bro, you made a smart move.
Even if I gotta call off, I don't like calling off much.
But I don't get no money.
Well, I mean, but sometimes we get so caught up in this, manly life that sometimes we got to take that time off for one another though.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong. Sure. I'm just learning that there's nothing wrong with calling off work from time to time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not learning that shit. It's all right to call off from time to time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You build up that time for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it got to be spent. But but coming from where we come from, from the projects and shit like that, where you just got to constantly just work.
Yeah.
Sometimes you forget to come up for air sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You forget what's real because you're too busy trying to pay these bills and you doing that. Yeah. I get you on that, man. But yeah, you got to check these seats out, man. You'll be like, okay, I see what you're talking about, bro. I see what you're saying.
I'm coming.
Number one, at our age, own table for your own food and drinks.
All right.
The restroom is literally like 5 steps away, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I ain't about to stand in no line and be waiting. I got to use the bathroom. So when you see that, you be like, oh yeah, I see what he was looking at. I see what he was doing.
Yeah, because shit, because now, like you was just saying not too long ago about old age, I find myself having to use the bathroom before I leave anywhere.
Let me use the bathroom before we leave.
I never understood, being younger and your parents and grandparents like, y'all got to use the bathroom before we leave? Now I understand. You got to use the bathroom before you leave? Like, yeah, let me use the bathroom before I leave. You know what I'm saying? And, it's amazing how, life just comes full circle sometimes, man.
Yeah.
know. And then once you got the Taylor, once you got the Taylor, and you got through high school and shit like that, how did you meet your wife? Because you met her in Taylor.
Yeah. So right. So, and we talk about
this all the time,
that. Man. Yeah. I know. I know. So I always tell her like, man, Taylor was like one of the worst times in my life, right?
Okay.
I say that all the time, but I say it was one of the greatest times in my life too, because that's where I met my wife and I met my brothers, right?
Yeah.
Which is you, Quick, line everybody, right? So I was like, when we met, man, we was actually friends. We was actually friends first. We didn't even look at each other like that, like even trying to hook up with each other. I was telling her all my crazy shit was going on in my 16-year-old life. You know what I'm saying?
I got a lot going on.
All these bus routes, motherfucking bus is late, motherfucking bus ain't show up. Walk 2 miles, catch another bus. You know, I'm telling all my crazy stories.
And they didn't even write them up.
So we became good friends, man. Becoming great friends, man. And her situation she was in ended up coming to an end, and then my situation was coming to an end, and it was just like perfect timing.
Yeah.
It was just like perfect timing, man. She knew everything about me, knew everything about her. It was just perfect timing, man. Then shit, like fucking what is like 27 years later?
Yeah,
here we are.
27 years.
Yeah, like 27 years. 27 years.
Do you remember the song that you had for her?
The song that we got married on too?
No, the song that you always, when you would see Vicky, you would sing that song to her all the time.
Yeah, Master P.
No. It wasn't no damn Master P. It wasn't no Master P. You remember the song? No. I remember it.
What was it?
It was After 7. I give you.
Oh, After 7. Yeah. That's one of my songs right there. Yeah. After 7.
You still feel that way?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing about me and my wife, man. So we raise these great kids, right?
Right.
You know, and we instill these things in them. And but we always continuously keep dating each other. Right. We always continuously. Nothing is normal. There's no routine in our marriage. Nothing is routine. Everything is boom, 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 boom. We love to travel. So we're gonna be somewhere every year. And sometimes she'd be like, well, I don't want to go there. But I happen to love that place, and we go there like 2 or 3 straight times, or vice versa,
Right.
So, we just keep dating each other, keep dating each other. And obviously, as you can see, our, the relationship we got with our kids, man.
Yeah. They pull up on me.
Dude,
pull up on me.
I'm trying to tell you,
they just pull up on me.
I'm trying to tell you, these kids, man, they got our location. They got a low jack on our cars. If we out at dinner, they pulling up. They pulling up, man. This I do it for 2. Dinner for 5. That's how they do, man.
So let me ask you this. Because your wife comes from such a big family. Was your family as big or anywhere close to that size?
Yeah. My family is, as far as no, it wasn't nowhere near what I seen when I came out this scene. That shit was crazy. I never seen nothing like that ever. Seen her side, but my family was big, but not as tight, I guess I would say. You not spending the night. You not living for 3 months. You not crazy in the bed.
You got to
we was close. Had a couple close cousins. Had one really close cousin. But for the most part, man, once the thing about it, man, once you become an athlete, and that's what you're gonna take that to the next level. You want to go to college, what they're going to do with it. That your circle start to shrink,
right?
And that includes family and friends. So once I thought basketball was the thing for me, even family, man, it just started to shrink. My family and friends started to shrink,
right?
So yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, man. Cause y'all have a real tight knit, family. Just by like what happened earlier. Pull up on them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't supposed to be over here. Y'all ain't said, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a blessing.
To the camera. What y'all don't know is
that's a blessing in itself.
Right here, and my daughter just pulled up on my wife's interview. Just pulled up on her because she got our location. Pulled up on her, said checking things out, making sure everything good, and she went back home.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that says a lot.
Yeah,
because a lot of times kids want to get away from their parents and then stay away from their parents. It's one thing to be away from your parents, but still want to be with your parents. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, that's a blessing in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Lord knows I done made a whole lot of fuck ups in life, but my kids still find a way to want to be around me and include me and all this shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the blessing, just to call or come by and all that shit like that. However you build your foundation for your family, and it continues to build.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, y'all have done a great job. I mean, shit. Your oldest son was a D1 basketball player.
No doubt. It's in his bloodline, man. It's in our bloodline. You know how I go. And my youngest son is coming up right now. I mean, he's easy one of the best players in his class right now. But what we doing different with him, we shielding him from all the political BS that comes with basketball, because it comes to a point where basketball is not basketball no more. Basketball becomes politics, you know. So we kind of shielding from it. But yeah, man, he's actually out of both of my boys, he's probably the more physical, no doubt about it. He's more physical dominant. I mean, he's gonna go through you. He ain't going around. He's gonna go through you. He like the LeBron James, you know. And but it's just our bloodline, you know. He train every day, work out every day. The best player at the school, but you know that's what we do.
You ever share with him your trophy that we got?
Man,
you ever share with him the trophy we get?
Man, he really think I can't hoop. He really think I can't hoop.
You ain't showing the hoop and tournament
he
trophy?
Don't care about that. You know, these kids care about what I see on YouTube.
We went to bed early every night.
Don't tell me.
We went to bed early every night to win the championship. Vicky showed up. Vicky came through the whole basketball hooping tournament. Yeah. We won a tournament. You don't know about the hooping. Oh man.
All he know is that I talk a lot of trash, right? Because number one in our house, it's a lot of trash talking. I'm talking every day. We talk basketball. Man, listen, I'm telling you, if you had a bad game in your house, we letting you gotta know it. You gotta know it.
Right.
And your ass better be outside in the backyard working on it. That's how we are. Man, but no, he don't even know nothing about me. Like he never, because back then, gotta remember though, we ain't had no video.
No. We had VCR.
We had VCR. Yeah. Now my oldest son, PJ, you know, he went D1. You know, he do know about me. You know, he have met some people that told him about that. Say, you know, your dad was true. And he's seen some videos and seen some newspaper clippings and everything. My youngest one, man, he think I suck. I can't tell him nothing. I can't tell him nothing, man. I don't know nothing about it.
I mean, you know, but I guess that's the benefit of having the youngest one.
Yeah.
You know, cause I don't know, man. They just think the world of you and shit. And now you ain't done nothing like that. You ain't been, you know. And they kind of find out I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we done had some. I mean, just you and I, along with either Meech or Line or even Wayman.
Yeah, Wayman, man.
You know,
we've
had some great battles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We've had some. We done even got into some fights.
Yeah.
We even got into some fights at the rec. By Quick House.
Yeah.
We even got into some fights over there.
Yeah.
You know, we done a whole lot.
Man, we done so much, man. Hey, listen. What about this though? I know I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Remember this? Here's how the Club Maxis. Remember Club Maxis?
96 and
Telegraph.
Yeah.
Remember me and you sitting there. We had our own apartment. We kicking it. Like, man, damn, we bored as hell. We bored as hell. What had to do? Remember that? You like ended up getting some deer meat.
Yeah. I guess. No, it wasn't my uncle. It was my father.
Oh, you say okay?
Yeah. I got some deer meat from him.
And I never had no deer meat.
Yeah, you didn't know what it was.
And we said we hungry as hell. Yeah. We eat this shit.
No, you ate it. You ate it. You ate it. It was deer meat. I remember that because that refrigerator stayed empty.
Man,
that refrigerator stayed empty and the living room stayed full.
We ate the hell out of deer meat. And then remember that night, we was eating that shit and we was like, man, what we gonna do tonight? And then we listen to the radio. It's like, come down to Club Maxie's.
Oh,
That's how we started Club.
Yeah, and that's when that's that time I put on Kaya's shirt. I put on Kaya's shirt.
Yeah, man.
Kaya lived with us too, and he was at work, and I put on the Georgetown Warriors. Georgetown Warriors. And I told Kaya I ain't wear it, and somebody had the bright ass idea
to take a
not to take the picture, but then put the motherfucker on top of the TV. So Kaya can sit there like, you said you ain't wear my shirt.
Yeah,
y'all set me up.
Hey, but listen, into your defense though, that room was disgusting. Yeah, I mean, shit. You know, how the fuck you find that Georgetown Warrior shirt out of that shit?
Shit. That was crazy. It's miracles happen all the time.
Yeah,
miracles happen all the time, man. But I just remember, one of the big things that I remember between you and I was when you was like, "Hey Mo, my mama moving out, going such and such. You wanna come over, come over here and move in with me?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you just don't ask anybody to move in with you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you did that, and when I look back at it, that also helped me propel myself, into a manhood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because once I got a taste of that shit, I wasn't going back home. I ain't going back home. I'm gonna figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I ain't going back home.
Yeah.
And I just have to, that's one thing I had to give, to you and your mom that trusted me to be, in that place and to find my own manhood at that time, you know what I'm saying? And to have, great brothers to also help me, guide me in that right direction and vice versa. I hope I did something to help, guide you in that direction as well. But man, shit, like I said, we go back like car seats and backs.
Yeah, for sure, man. That was our first apartment, man. And like you said, you hit nail on the head, man. You reach out to the ones that got love for you, you got love for them, and y'all make it happen. That's why I reached out to you, reached out to the other guys, man. And we had an apartment, man. Because we all had the same thing in common. We all go take care of each other, make sure this stuff work, man. So. Yeah, ain't no doubt about it, man. Ain't no doubt about it. Always love, man.
Oh, I mean, it's always. And then the part that got then you married into the Davis family. Well, how did he find his way to the Davis family?
So here's how that happened, right? So we talked about how we met, right?
Right.
So then we just got tight. We got tight, man. And one thing led to another, and.
I was like, damn, I don't know P for me. I know Vicky. I'm like, well, shit. I might be the matchmaker. If you ask me, I might be the matchmaker.
I don't know. Lyle might got something to say.
I don't know because I own the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is I don't know Vicky since she was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So I got the tiebreaker.
Yeah. But hey, okay. Hey, we told that, right? So do you remember this? Remember, we was in our apartment. It was me, you, Lon, Meech. I think Quick was there too. And I was like, yo, B, we got to do something, man. You know what I'm saying? I was always thinking ahead of the game. I was catching on them goddamn buses.
You ain't had no more thoughts.
Goddamn buses right for. So I'm always thinking like, man, yo, we got to do something. We got to keep progressing. Remember I told y'all, I said, yo, B, what y'all think about, let's join the police department.
We was working at Aco Warehouse.
Yeah,
we was working at Aco Warehouse. See, you thought you was the big guy on the camp because you got to ride around on the high low that you stood up, and me and Pete and me and Quick had to sit up there at the damn turnstile and read all Yeah. Knowing damn well we gonna get shit wrong. We gonna get all type of shit wrong in that motherfucker. And Pete coming them up with the high low standing up and shit, going up 10 feet on top. Yeah. Showing off. Yeah. Man. Wearing his own shit. I used to wear a windbreaker to work every day. A windbreaker.
But remember, I was like, man, what y'all think about doing? Y'all was like, I don't know, man. That sound cool. No, cool, whatever. But then that's when I went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, them motherfuckers called me. It was like, yeah, you start Monday. Like, hold on.
You was over on Lucerne because I remember a couple years later I had I went to go put in for for DBD as well.
Yeah.
But ended up getting pulled over and had open alcohol in the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, can't do it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. But another thing is here. See, I remember you supposed to move to Belleville.
Yep, I remember
and
that.
you didn't move to Belleville.
Yep.
And I moved to Belleville out there by myself.
No,
it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault.
Hell no.
I was. You said I'm going to Belleville. I said, all right, I'm going to Belleville to get to Belleville. You ain't never showed up.
Well, the numbers didn't add up.
You ain't never showed up.
The numbers didn't add up.
I mean, like, damn.
The rent money ain't add up. Nah. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, you really played a big part, of my, a great part of my manhood is coming into, a young man to an actual man because we got so many memories together that when you look at them, you see how we ended up being the way that we are right now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing in this world that if you said I need whatever shit, I'll be right there, and vice versa. I appreciate you and your wife showing up, to show support on the podcast and, things like that. Because, you a stand-up guy.
Appreciate that.
We've all everybody done seen you on TV. Everybody done seen you on TV. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new to you. This ain't nothing new to you. True to this. You know what I'm saying? But shit. A lot of shit. My first, you was right there.
Yeah,
right there. My first place on my own without my mama.
Remember we got them first cell phones?
Oh, yeah. You had to pull the antenna with your finger. Yeah.
It first was.
We had to have the pages and go to the payphone and call somebody back and shit like that. Yeah, man. We shit. What about when you get the probe? No, not even probe. Not even probe. I'm gonna tell you another one.
The Malibu.
No, the Bonneville.
The Bonneville.
When we would come off of Southfield to get on the 94.
That's the Malibu.
Oh, the Malibu?
That's the Malibu.
Oh, that's the Malibu.
That was the Malibu.
Yeah.
And underneath the hood, it had no tops on nothing.
It was oil transmission fluid all over the hood. But when you came up in Southfield to get on 94, and you hit that, and the motherfucking car would just float.
It
would just float.
You already tell you. You ain't got to put no gas
on. No, you didn't, man. Those are some great memories.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got one more memory though. We got so many memories for this podcast, man. This is my brother, man. We talk every day. We in a group chat. We talk every day with all the homies. And I'm not on social media, nothing, but I make sure I talk to people I need to talk to. Right. He's definitely one of the ones I got to talk to every day. What about that one, man? We went on vacation to Chicago.
Oh, I mean, some shit people don't even know about though. I'm trying to keep the shit. I try to keep some things to myself that need to be kept to myself. Which that's a great story in itself. Man, you brought it up. You might go ahead.
Man, that's why I love Miss Dillard, man. Miss Dillard saved my life. She saved my life. I still be in Chicago right now. Miss Dillard, when you hear this, I love you. Thank you for saving us, because we had nothing. We know how we was getting back, and you came and got us. So I love you, Miss Dillard.
But do you remember? When we had to get out the room, what we had to do? Do you remember that day? Do you remember that time?
Yeah, I know.
Do you remember
what we had to do?
Yeah, shit.
Quick came up with the idea.
Yeah,
Quick's idea.
Yeah, we had to sit up there in that fountain and wash up in the fountain. They had the fountain in the middle of the mother, and we took the soap off the little clean lady rack, took that. went in the phone and washed up because by the time we tried to find a way back home, shit, they had kicked us out of the room.
Yeah,
They kicked us out of the room. Yeah.
So Clear Fountain walking into the nice hotel was dirt fountain.
that whole thing had a ring around it.
Yeah, we got a million stories.
Yeah, that whole thing had a ring around it.
I
man.
love you, man. I love you, bro. We got a million stories.
Yeah, man.
A million of these stories,
man. You know, it's a blessing just to have these stories. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know, to be able to sit back and reminisce. You know, with people that you love, being able to just sit with somebody that you love and can trust, and just have that conversation sometime. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you think about it in your head, but you don't never have nobody to talk about it with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you need that person to talk about that memory with sometimes that was there sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you being here for me to be able to bounce some of that shit off of that we went through growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I appreciate your wife for showing up for me to be able to, bounce, a lot of stuff off of that as well.
Yeah.
But shit, that's what brotherhood is.
That's what it is. I'm always there for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm always there for you. That's why anybody come on your show, they better put some money in
put money in the tip jar.
Starting out with a 20. We ain't starting out with no 6. I don't see no 6 in there. When I watch his podcast, it better be some dollars, 20 right there, man. Y'all got it.
Man, you raised the whole family, man. And the crazy part about it is when I tell a lot of people this, man, it was all guesswork for us.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we ain't had that we didn't have that father figure to show us necessarily what it was to be a man. And all this shit has been guesswork for us. And fortunately we guessed right.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. And I mean, you got to take your hat off to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got to learn to take my hat off sometime too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the shit could have been a whole lot different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it turned out just right.
It did. It did. You got 3 beautiful young girls, man, that's doing their thing out here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you did good, man.
And you and your wife did wonders. You know what I'm saying? I wish one of my kids would check up with me and see if I'm okay. I ain't sitting up here with a stroke. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker my kids ain't checked on me yet.
Shit, but I'm gonna tell you though, it wasn't easy getting to this level. Though. It was a lot of bad conversations we had to listen to.
Yeah, but they worked out. They ended up working out, man, because y'all got that it factor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got that, everybody's gonna have their issues, whatever it is like that, but y'all still got that, that foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something to stand on, something to believe in, something to build off of constantly.
Traditional, man. We're doing traditional stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we are, man. That's how we are, man. So we're gonna keep doing it. We'll keep doing it, man. We got these 2 grown, they doing their thing, and got one more coming up, man. Gonna do them the same way. He ain't getting nothing different. What he might get is dad and mom might go to sleep at 9 or 10. We done. But other than that, man, he getting the exact same treatment that those guys was getting, man. But I appreciate you having me on your podcast, man.
I love that you showed up, man.
Hey, yo, we gotta do a couples one, though. Let's do a couples one.
Yeah, we can do a couples one.
Yeah. Bring couples on here.
Yeah, anytime you want to do a couples one, I'm ready for it.
Hey, we've been in this game for 27 years. Maybe I can give something to somebody can give something to me. Something else that we need to hit.
Y'all a rare breed, though. Y'all rare.
You think so?
Yeah, shit. I'm gonna have people over here 3 or 4, 5 years in.
The fight boxing over here with that boxing ring right there. Knock this boy.
Y'all gonna look like Jimmy Hemsley and Weezy on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, I do some shit like that. They ain't been made no more than 5 years.
You need some stroke. Some stroke. But maybe we can help somebody, man.
Yeah, I mean, always
navigate this shit called marriage, man.
Yeah.
In life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we help somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, you know, just speaking your words out there and people can hear it. That's the great thing about platforms like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never know who done hit play and heard something that inspired them.
Yeah.
You know, to do different. They just not gonna acknowledge you because they don't know you.
Yeah.
But that still don't mean you ain't affected somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one, you know, reason why, you know, I even do the podcast is to, you know, reach out there to people. You know what I'm saying? Let people know that shit, we all doing a thing called life. You know what I'm saying? We all got a story to tell. We all got successes. We all got failures. We all got everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the most important thing is we got friendship and brotherhood that I have with you.
No doubt about it.
You know.
No doubt about it. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell one more story. I got a million stories. I got one more story, right? So we in high school. So remember, you had the only car. Yeah, Thunderbird. Thunderbird. The tail ducked in something. I didn't know what that tail did in the back.
It was a spoiler.
Down the street sideways.
It was a spoiler.
Going straight.
It was a spoiler.
I used to stand in front of Plant Ridge every day, make sure you don't forget me. If you ride past me. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember Thunderbird. I remember that Thunderbird. It was an 85 Thunderbird. And it had holes in it. It looked like it was bullet holes in it. and somebody had spray painted the dashboard like a black like swiggle line across the dashboard.
That fucking car got us around the city, man.
It did.
I
only paid $500 for the car.
Shit, you got about $5,000. You doubled that.
Yeah, I paid $500 for that car. And what happened was I drove this car to Saginaw. My mama said, don't drive that car to Saginaw. I can't go to no damn Saginaw. That's just meant, that car is specifically for the area. No, mama, this is a car. Car ain't meant for an area. Car meant to explore. Yeah. And I got to Saginaw and got ready to leave and the car didn't start back up. The car didn't start back up. And I had just graduated from high school and I was in Kentucky. And once again, my mother came to the rescue. She had AAA. So she towed the car from Saginaw back to Taylor. You get at the time you had like 100 miles for free of towing. Then you had to pay for the rest to get back. You know what I'm saying? And at that time I could just imagine, you know what I'm saying, how much that is.
Yeah.
You know, to put a burden on somebody like that and the motherfucker still turn around and say, I love you.
That's what I'm saying. Your mom's the truth. That's why I love Miss Dillon, man. Your mom's the truth because that would never happen to mama. You would have been stuck.
I mean, but your mama gave us a house.
Yeah, well,
she gave us her own first place.
Well, I ain't about to transport you back and forth out of town, too.
This shit, my mama wasn't, I ain't giving you shit. You know. So they, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things they did, you know, that complimented us.
Yeah.
That really, you know, brought us together to be able to, you know, form a bond that's, you know, like, you know, unbroken.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, what can't be broken.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because when they come to P, if you ask me, shit, you can't do no wrong. I mean, shit, if today you say I'm gone, all right, Vic, I'm sorry, Vic, I know you a long time, but I'm with P on this one. I'm with P on this one.
Good to know where you stand.
I'm on P with
Good
this
to know
one.
where you stand.
You know what I'm saying?
Good to know where you stand.
But Vic, let me know what you need. You know, but that just shows you, you know, how much you both, you know, mean to me. You know, as a as an individual.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I just appreciate, you know, I can see how y'all two came together to be the way that you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it take work to do it.
No doubt about it.
You know.
No doubt about it. And we keep a we keep a small circle.
Right.
We keep a small circle, man. A circle, sorry, Susan, a circle of love. You know what I'm saying? People around us is genuinely, it's all love. Not, love for us for sure, but love, just love. Don't bring no bull crap around us, right? You know what I'm saying? And you spend Thanksgiving with us. You share Thanksgiving. You spend Thanksgiving with us, man. And you seen my daughter, and she brought somebody there, and hey.
Did he make it to the circle yet?
Yeah, he's in a circle.
Oh, okay, all right.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's a good kid.
Yeah,
but like I said, yo, you know what I'm saying? You've been with us though. You know how we got a small circle.
Yeah.
We eat Thanksgiving dinner with us, man, and that's how we are.
That's
how we are. We keep things small, simple. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of the way.
Yeah.
Just stay out of the way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's one of the better ways to do is to stay out of the way, but at the same time, I mean, shit, it does, like I said before, it doesn't matter if I ain't talked to you in 3 or 4 months, on the 5th month, the 6th month, whatever it is like that, you ain't gonna be able to notice the difference.
You know
what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm just, just happy that I've been able to be, a part of your world. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I'm happy because we could have been anybody to one another. You know what I'm saying? We could have been some fucked up influences on robbing banks and shit.
Yeah.
To one another, but instead,
beat those kids' ass in Southgate.
Yeah. I mean,
we got a million stories.
I mean, Badu was only 14 at the time.
We got a million stories.
Badu was only 14 at the time. They couldn't just do Badu like that. Badu was 14 at the time.
You put some people up there.
I mean, but back when he was only 14, they was 16, 17 years old.
Slide them motherfuckers through the.
They was hurting Badu.
Yeah.
They was hurting Badu. I had to get him off of Badu.
Yeah, Badu was the little. He was a little fella back then.
Yeah. Badu was a little fella then, but you know what I'm saying. But I mean, that's just to go. show you, man, how far back we go, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not common.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's not common to have, a person in your life for 30, 40 plus years, on a continuous basis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what's going on. You gonna come do the podcast, I'll be there. I'm doing second, Vicky doing first, Vicky doing, you know what I'm saying? And you show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a family atmosphere, the family feeling is great, you know what I'm saying? And you've been, like I said before, you've been a part of a lot of shit that I did for the first time in my life. And having my own apartment. You know what I'm saying? We shared a room, twin size bed. Yeah. Turned the closet into an entertainment center.
Kept it clean.
Yeah. Had a phone that everybody shared the line on.
Yeah.
Had when you had the probe, had two probes. Two probes. Man. Yeah. And had the work gloves.
With them, yeah.
Had the brown work gloves and shit. We going downtown to the festivals downtown.
Yeah.
And what about this one? I bet you ain't you gonna remember this one. This is gonna be a good one for you. What about that time we went downtown and I couldn't find the keys to the car?
I remember this. I remember like yesterday. I remember like yesterday.
And the sunroof was up.
Yeah, I remember.
What happened that day?
You said no. Don't worry about it, guys. I don't got an automatic a clicker. Don't worry about it. I know how to get in here. And you stood on top of that motherfucking car and you bent that sunroof up. All you heard was man, we got a million stories.
Yeah, we got a million, man. We can go on all day with this, man, and shit. I don't think it'll end no time soon.
I think it would, man. You got to edit this for sure because it's long as hell.
Yeah, man. But man, I appreciate and love that the friendship and the brotherhood that we that we have with one another, man. And you've been a great person and influencer. You know, not just in your kids' life and but a part of my life just as well. You know what I'm saying?
That.
I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because there's always teach somebody it's a better way.
Yeah.
Now, I don't do some stupid shit.
Sure, we all have.
Yeah.
But you know, though, I do want to say one thing before we end this, though, man. You know, I know a lot of people felt a certain way when I got the Officer of the Year award, right? You know what I'm saying? yeah. Well, that's a great fucking thing. Right? That's a great fucking thing, right? So the reason why the person that was picked to be there was because that during that time that person bought me like the whole outfit to even go on an interview to be a police officer, right? But you should have been there. You should have been there for sure because me and you was brothers. I mean, like you went with me through that whole process.
Oh yeah. The warehouse.
Yeah. But the reason why that decision was made was because he actually put forth the card to.
Oh man.
So don't think that I sold you short anything or that you were supposed to be there because you for sure should have been there because it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be where I am right now as far as what I do for a living.
Nah, man.
Sure
we
all the support that you gave me, you was there with me.
Yeah, man. I mean, me myself, but I wouldn't change I wouldn't change anything, to make it any different than what it is and what it was back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? Because when they talk about P, you can't say too much. You can't say too much anything negative about him. Everything you say, it better be something. Matter of fact, it ain't better be. It's gonna be something of prosperity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you are who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't necessarily fake it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna show who you are eventually somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
And you've been consistent on who you are since the time I met you in Amber Woods and Taylor, to this day right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I just gotta appreciate, everything that you and your wife and your family has shown me. Things that you don't even know that you have shown me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a wonderful thing to be able to have that person in your life still.
Sure.
And I appreciate you for still being in my life, and I appreciate still being in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a good guy, even though you talk a lot of shit.
Talking no more shit. We talking shit, that's all we do. I guarantee you I got 100 text messages of us talking shit right now. I guarantee you those phones up.
I know it. Yeah. I know it.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. Thank you.
My brother.